Hey guys, welcome to the channel First Year Mototrials, and today I wanted to summarize this last year riding for me. This was my first year riding trials, and I made this channel just as kind of a journey of some of the things that I have learned over that year. So I'm going to share my top 5 with you and also tell you about the new channel name. So first thing that I've learned this year is humility. Honestly, this is a hard sport. You think you're just going to hop on one of these lightweight bikes and hop around and ride the wheelies and be awesome, but it's not easy. Especially when you get to these competitions and you realize, man, you're touching your foot down all the time. So humility is something that I have learned as the challenge has been present, but I've really enjoyed that challenge. And there's always somebody better than you. And even when you think you've got it and you've learned a maneuver, to do it in the woods or to do it when people are watching or in a competition or in an off-camera situation, when there's ribbon out, it's a lot harder than when you're practicing on your own. The second thing that I've learned is the importance of riding with other riders. I'd say about 80% of the time I'm riding alone. You guys have seen the clips in my backyard and in the woods that's nearby. It's about an hour away to get to ride with somebody else, but the importance of it, I can't underestimate that, because when I'm with somebody else, they're pushing me, they're giving me advice. You can sit there and watch them and learn and then listen to what they say. The feedback in the moment is super helpful. Rather than try to analyze what you're doing wrong on your own, somebody's there to coach you along the way. And it's that concept of as iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. When you're with other people, they're going to raise your game, especially if they're better than you. The third thing I've learned that goes along with that is the importance of getting coaching. If you really are serious about getting better at trials, I would say you need to get some structured training or coaching. It really helps. I went to a Ryan Young weekend, and man, did I learn a ton. Just in 2 short days, seeing what he was doing, being forced to try those things, being put in that environment, and getting feedback in the moment from someone who really knows what they're doing made a huge impact on my riding. There's some things like nose wheelies that I was not getting until I went to his weekend training. And then an online coaching group that I'm a part of, that I'm gonna do a full video on, I just haven't had a chance to edit it all up, is really significant to my riding. The culture, the community, the feedback I'm getting from this online community, I can't say enough about it. So I'm going to put a whole nother video about it. But the structured training that I have learned to grow from has really made a difference. All right, the fourth thing that I've learned about is the importance of turns. You know, trials is all about turning in a tight space, and I love to do the obstacles, and my yard is set up so I can mow around all these different things easily, but they're not tight enough, they're not close enough. And when I first started riding, it was just about, woo, go over this big log, until I realized the competitions are a lot tighter, a lot more compressed. And 90% of the dabs you take are in the turns. And it's not just turning, it's turning on a hill, turning uphill, turning when there's no traction, turning over roots where you can't give it gas. Learning to use the clutch and the throttle and how to load the flywheel, turning when you don't have traction. That's what trials is really about. And so I'm taking this off season to really work on that short game of mine and get better at the turns, because the big obstacles, they're fun, but that's not needed until you get to a much more advanced level. The last thing that I would say I've really learned about in my first year is the importance of frequency in my riding. I'm able to ride, thankfully, every day in the yard if I want to, or in the nearby woods, and that frequency really pays off in the confidence, because I'm not going days or even weeks in between my rides. When I'm able to ride more, I feel like I'm not losing any ground. I'm just going back out there and gaining on what I've done. It's just kind of layer on layer. I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm getting better, and my confidence level has really grown. The proximity of being super close, I'm in my garage, I can come out here and static balance whatever I want, has made a big difference in the comfortability and the confidence that I have on the bike. So I am going to be changing my YouTube channel name. Instead of First Year Mototrials and looking at what's applicable for a first year rider, I've been growing in my skill set, and this will actually be the second year that I've had a bike, and so second year Mototrials just makes sense. Some of the things like hopping, nose wheelies aren't really applicable to a first year rider, and the videos that I want to make hopefully are going to get my journey in trials riding a little more advanced in this upcoming year. So I'm going to be changing the channel name. Don't think it crazy, keep the same icon. It'll still be me talking about my journey, and hopefully you guys can learn something from it, because that's why I made the channel. To share with you the things that I've learned over the course of riding my trials bike. Love to have the comments. Appreciate when you guys drop me a line. It's fun to see other videos and join with other YouTubers. So hopefully you guys are getting something out of the channel. It's adding value or entertainment to you, and I'll see you in the next one.